Good evening. The Smithtown Planning Board is now in session. Would you rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Jim, would you lead us, please?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We thank you. Alex?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. The first item on the agenda this evening, the Planning Department recommends the following items for adjournment as we have insufficient information to act upon them. Under Part 1, Item 1, 2011-01, All Seasons Motor Lodge. Item 2, 2012-04, Storybook Homes. Item 3, 2012-02, Carlson Associates. Item 4, 2009-05, FB4 Realty. Item 5, 773, Scholar Estates. Item 6, number 1084, Xena Estates. Item 7, 1092, Winston's Run. Item 8, 280A, Olivia Estates. And under Part 2, Item 9, 2010-06, KVC Holdings. Item 10, Case 911A, Glen Hill Northern. Mr. Chairman, these are the items the Planning Department recommends for adjournment this evening.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to be heard on those items to be adjourned? Hearing none, a motion.
Motion to adjourn the matters that were just read.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So ordered.
Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda under Part 3, Item 11, is the extension of conditional final approval for number 1136 Hummingbird Estates. The applicant is requesting a 90-day extension of conditional final approval in order to obtain more time to comply with the requirements of posting the performance bond and filing the map. The map of Hummingbird Estates was granted conditional final approval by the Planning Board on November 2nd, 2011. On May 2nd, 2013, the board granted the applicant a 90-day extension of time that will expire on August 2nd, 2013. The applicant is requesting the extension because the map will not be signed and filed by the deadline. The applicant has indicated that they are diligently completing the related subdivision requirements that they are required by the SCDHS and the Village of Nissequogue, and they are very close to completing them. The Planning Department has no objection to the applicant's request. The Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Be it resolved that the Planning Board hereby grants a 90-day extension of time to the conditional final approval for the subdivision known as Hummingbird Estates, number 1136, beginning August 2nd, 2013 through November 2nd, 2013.
Thank you. Is there anyone here representing the applicant? Would you give your name and address, please?
Yes. John Armentano from the law firm of Farrell Fritz, 100 Motor Parkway, Hauppauge, New York.
As affidavit of posting?
Yes. Yes. So
All right.
yeah, we're almost done. We actually have our health department was signed today. We have brought the Mylars to this meeting. We'll be dropping them off at the planning department tomorrow morning, and we request that the map be signed by yourself soon, because we need to file with need to have it signed by the Village of the Nissequogue on by August 6th. So there's no meeting in between then. So we would like to have the map signed before then, so we can complete the process.
Okay. Any questions by the board? Hearing none, a motion.
In the matter of Hummingbird Estates, number 1136, move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second?
Okay, great.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Take care.
Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda under Part 3, Item 12, is a technical correction of a final resolution on 876 Wynwood Meadows. The Town Attorney's Office has requested a correction of a resolution passed by the Planning Board on August 18, 2011, modifying a scenic easement in the subdivision known as Wynwood Meadows, number 876. This is a technical correction based on the recommendation of the Town Attorney and not a substantive change, but I'll go through the background. The map of Wynwood Meadows 876 was granted conditional final approval from the Planning Board on February 16, 1994. The application was approved for 53-lot subdivision fronting on Nichols Road and 3 proposed streets to be known as Wynwood Drive, White Cliff Lane, and Meadow Court. On May 9, 2011, Frank and Mary Giglioli requested a waiver in order to maintain a 6-foot vinyl fence that was installed in an easement on lot number 27 along Nichols Road. At the time of approval, conditions were placed on the final map to be filed regarding scenic easements. Specifically, Condition V states, a 35-foot wide scenic easement is required along Nichols Road within lots numbers 27 and 28. No structures are permitted in the easement area, and the removal of vegetation is prohibited. A fence may be installed along the northern boundary of the easement. The scenic easement was conditioned for the subdivision in order to maintain the natural buffer that existed prior to any construction on the site and to block the subdivision from view by passersby traveling along Nichols Road. The applicant informed the planning department that the fence was erected within the easement because of the odd shape of their property and the narrowness of their rear yard. The planning department conducted an on-site inspection of the property in 2011 and concluded that the applicant did not appear to have removed any trees or vegetation from the easement during the installation of the fence. Additionally, planning concluded that while the fence was not permitted, it was set back far enough from the town right-of-way so as not to create an undesirable distraction to motorists traveling on Nichols Road. The planning department had no objection to the fence. However, the planning department recommended that in lieu of waiving the requirement of maintaining the scenic easement, the easement width be reduced from 35 feet to 14 feet on the north end and from 35 feet to 27 feet on the south end in order to maintain the remaining scenic easement, and that no further encroachment to the easement or removal of trees or vegetation be permitted. This case was heard by the board on August 17, 2011, and the board accepted the planning department's recommendation and adopted the following resolution. Be it resolved that the planning board hereby approves the request of Frank and Mary Giglioli to maintain a 6-foot vinyl fence in a scenic easement by reducing the width from 35 feet to 14 feet on the north end and from 35 feet to 27 feet on the south end in the subdivision known as Wynwood Meadows 876, subject to the following condition. The applicant shall file a restrictive covenant in the Suffolk County Clerk's Office, reducing the width of the scenic easement from 35 feet to 14 feet on the north end and from 35 feet to 27 feet on the south end, and stating that there shall be no further encroachment into the easement or removal of trees or vegetation. In June of 2013, the town attorney's office informed the planning department that this resolution did not create the appropriate legal tool to modify the easement, which was part of the filed map. Only a new filed map can modify the existing map, which had been filed with the town and the county clerk in 1995. The town attorney's office recommended that the language of this resolution be modified to permit the vinyl fence in the scenic easement, but not modify the metes and bounds of the easement as indicated on the filed map. Insofar as this change does not appear to modify the intent of the resolution approved by the board, it is the opinion of the town attorney that this can be addressed as a ministerial change. The planning department offers the following resolutions for the board's consideration. Be it resolved that the planning board hereby corrects the resolution dated August 18, 2011 to read as follows. The planning board hereby approves the request of Frank and Mary Giglioli to maintain a 6-foot vinyl fence as it presently exists within a scenic easement, as indicated on Lot 27 on the filed map of Wynwood Meadows 876, subject to the following condition. The applicant shall file a restrictive covenant in the Suffolk County Clerk's Office, stating that there shall be no further encroachment into the easement or removal of trees or vegetation.
Thank you.
Has the... Just add for the record that this was the wording that was prepared by the town attorney.
Right.
So it's not a new wording by us. Okay.
Is that what?
It's not a new wording by the planning department. It was a wording that was prepared by the town attorney.
I have one question.
Sure.
The body of the memo says the case was before the planning board on August 17, 2011. The resolution says it was dated August 18, 2011. Do you know which one was correct?
I could double check. It's possible that the resolution was dated the next day.
Okay.
Probably was, because that's when it's certified.
Right. Yes, the meeting was held on the 17th, and I believe the applicant were notified on the 18th that it was approved.
The applicant was notified on the 18th.
Yeah, I think that's when everything went out. But the meeting was held on the 17th.
Then the resolution should be corrected to read this.
Correct. Should be the same day as the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll have a correction then on the reading. to the 17th?
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that when we make the motion, I guess.
All right. Now, just one question. On the, were the people notified that this was going to be heard tonight?
Yes, they were.
They were?
They were notified, yes, of the change. They had submitted the covenants to the town attorney for filing, and that's when the town attorney had said basically what the town attorney said was that in order to do what this board directed, you had to file a new subdivision map. And what the town attorney felt was that this approach would simplify it and be within the means of the applicant to undertake rather than filing a whole new map. So the applicant was aware of this. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it here this evening, but we had received phone calls that they basically concurred with what the town attorney wanted to do.
Okay, now how does a follow-up go on this? If we pass a resolution tonight to approve this, how is there a follow-up done on this? So that, is that done by your office or the town attorney's office?
Well, what happened is they were required to file this easement or the new changes. Now what they'll be only required to do is file a covenant. And they have already prepared that covenant, so it's before the town attorney right now.
Okay.
So,
Any questions by the board? All right, a motion with the correction there for the date of August the 17th instead of the 18th on the motion, please.
In the matter of Wynwood Meadows, number 876, motion to correct the date of the original resolution to be August 17th, 2011, and then motion to adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.
Next, I believe, is the adoption of the minutes.
Okay. Well, let's just mark down these. All right, an adoption of the minutes for July the 3rd, 2013.
I move that we adopt the minutes of July 3rd, 2013.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Now, the correspondence, Frank, that we've received now on the Xena Estates, we're going to review this data, and then we'll notify them what the findings there are at a meeting there in the future.
okay. I just would add, we did receive from the applicant their recommendations, but it came last Wednesday, and we didn't have time, we promised the neighbor that we would send them a copy, so we didn't have an opportunity. That's why we didn't schedule it for this evening, because we feel it was the board's directive that all parties be informed of what was going on. So that's, we have now submitted, or have submitted it to the neighbor.
Yes.
And so we'll be prepared for the next meeting.
Okay.
When the board decides to have
That'll
this.
be the 21st of August.
August, right.
Yes. Okay.
And we'll notify everyone to be present at that meeting.
And the neighbor, for the record, is the person who lives behind these two applicants, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Mhm. The one who's represented by
Mr. King.
Don King, yes.
All right. Now, one more thing. Would you see, Alec, that Adam gets a copy that you've given,
Yes.
that you gave to us here? See, he gets one.
That's his copy here.
All right. Any other questions by the board?
Can be, if I have another copy.
A motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered.